Hello my friends and welcome to our Football Manager 2019 Let's Play with Rangers. Today we've got another double header coming up. It's the semi-final of the Europa League with the final coming at Ibrox. We have one more hurdle for that home turf final. The opponent will be Chelsea. We've got both legs today. Since the last episode where we played the previous round, so you obviously know the results now. If you haven't seen it, still go check it out. It's well worth a watch, particularly the first game. We played a very rotated side against Aberdeen. You know, lads like Jordan Houston, Finn Point, Ben Mackey, Harry Cochrane, all getting game time. Antonio Marin was in there as well, getting himself match fit again. We lost 2-0. We were the better team. They scored early and then they scored through a counter-attack again. Very frustrating things. They ended up with 10 men for virtually the entire second half and we couldn't blow it down no matter how much we huffed and puffed. We then played Kelly slightly less rotated here. We had Jajerlik and Itter coming in, and Von Moos a brace and a Ryan Porteous header got us a 3-0 victory there. I'm going to get pitch side now. We've got the first leg coming from Ibrox right now. We've gone full strength here, or at least as full strength as we can be. We've got Rhea, Tavernier, McCrory, Katic, Charlie Taylor, Alan Campbell, Elena, Jadis, Malcolm, Solomon and Solanke. It's as strong as we can physically be in this game. Casey Palmer obviously ineligible. As much as he's joining us next season, he's still under his loan contract because I didn't pay the 3.3 million. And that actually means that he cannot play against Chelsea, which I kind of overlooked. They're looking pretty strong as well. I'm saying that that's a stronger side than what we faced in the group stages off the top of my head. So I expect that, you know, it's not, they're putting more emphasis on this now. They can't get the Champions League through league performance. They have to do it through Europa League, really. So I'm expecting a very, very tough game compared to past games here. We've got Antonio Marin, who's starting to get back up to match fitness, on the bench. And that's kind of going to help. I'm also kind of looking over my shoulder at the summer now. The league game, obviously, we lost to Aberdeen. Celtic have actually dropped points. We're only 8 points behind now. Malcolm's picked up an injury right early on. Because, you know, we've got Marin on, just not quite back at match fitness yet. He's lasted two sort of 60-minute games. And now he's now got to last virtually a full 90. Smashing stuff. Elena with the corner. Whipped in. Katic, it's down. It's Alan Campbell to tuck it home at the other post. Katic hit the bar. Says it's his first goal for Rangers, the second of the season. Getting confused, obviously played for Motherwell for the first half of the season, didn't he? Katic hits the bar, followed kindly for the £5 million man. And he's tucked home to put us 1-0 up. Great start. Just as I was out to really complain about the Antonio Marin situation, I don't think he is capable of lasting 80 minutes here. Hopefully he can. I think Kilmarnock, he picked up a knock at some point during the game, so I had to bring him off. And I'm fairly glad I did now. Elena just smacking the ball against Jadis. Ross McCrory slowly gets to it. David Rhea now in possession, and he plays it forward for Jadis. Launched forward for Tavernier, who's cut inside. Poor pass to Jadis, but he makes it work. Solomon, he's got Charlie Taylor on the overlap, who he finds whipped in towards Solanke, who doesn't go in for it. Tavernier, former club captain, whips it in. Solanke does go for it, but can't get there. Solomon, 2-0. What a strike, what a move. And all that was from Solanke not winning headers in the air and us just constantly recycling. Elena, good bit of work here to find Tavernier. Crossing's actually really good. Solanke doesn't get there. Elena again wins it. It knocks it down for Solomon. First time volley into the top corner. Absolute no chance for Kepa. Delighted with that strike. And that puts us really in the driving seat, at least for this leg now. Alan Campbell picks up a booking. Not ideal. But we're not in any risk of yellow card suspensions for this leg, I don't think. I don't remember seeing any yellow symbols anyway coming into the game. I think suspected Malcolm was on one, but I don't know if it's resets after the semi-final or whatever. That's a decent ball in for Murata. It hits the post, thankfully for us, because away goal would be huge there. And they would really get their tails wagging from that. Hazard with the corner, whips it in. Clear it away, please. Elena does just that, only as far as Jorginho. Callum Chambers, who I did actually look at signing, but as soon as I seen the interest, I realised I couldn't compete with the wages. But he was interested. I just realised I couldn't compete with the wages at Chelsea, and I think there was another team interested. As Iwobi gets free at the back post, it's disallowed though. So I was about to criticise the defending here. I'm actually not sure he's off. Oh, he's well off. We ended up with two defenders. Barisic tucked, Charlie Taylor rather, calling him Barisic out of habit. Charlie Taylor tucked in between the two centre backs, which is very, very unusual, and it let his man be free. And as I was saying, Antonio Marin will not last 80 minutes of this game. He has picked up a knock. We've got no other wingers on the bench. Gonna go if I don't let your performance drop. We're gonna keep Antonio Marin out there now while I have a think about this, because I don't really know what to do, because even moving Elena or Jadis forward isn't really ideal, because it's Ryan Gold that's on the bench for them, because again Casey Palmer can't play as Marin, he has to come off. I think we have to bring on Von Moose. Potential knee injury, potential foot injury. Really not ideal. The situations that we're getting in. Marin has barely been able to play a game since Christmas because he keeps picking up injuries. His last one was international duty, and I've just gotten back up to match fitness. He picked up a knock in the last game as well, so he didn't even be able to see that one out. As Katic wins that one, Solomon clears. Von Moose. He's got Solanke in all sorts of space on the far side. If he can find him, he can. He finds Charlie Taylor instead. Alan Campbell. Nicolo Katic. He's got men in front of him. Decides to go for Solanke. His flick on is poor. Chelsea can break now. Katic, monstrous in the air though. Jadis, Solomon. Scorer of that cracking second goal finds Charlie Taylor. Decent ball in, and it falls for Julian Von Moose, who's starting to find a bit of goal scoring form. He came off the bench as a fourth sub here, and Charlie Taylor's cross falls nicely for him. He scored in the Kilmarnock game. This little run of games really starting to get the best out of him. I'm still not convinced with him as a £10 million striker, but that is a huge goal for us, and puts us one step closer, hopefully, to the Europa League final at Ibrox. Jorginho in for Morata. Christensen. Jorginho. Kante. Hazard. Jorginho. Back to Kante. Morata. Jorginho. Oh, he's found Callum Chambers in all sorts of space. Charlie Taylor tries to get out. McCrory heads clear only as far as Mourinho. Emerson. Dangerous Chelsea attack there is shot eventually from range. We force him to shoot from the range at least. Hits the post again. They've had two great efforts now hitting the post and falling kindly for David Raya. Thankfully for us. I'm kind of debating another sub here, and I'm thinking that we bring on Fellaini rather than Gold, and bring Fellaini on just as that, just support that defence. Alan Campbell in the yellow I don't like. Don't want to risk a red card here when we're in such a commanding position. So Fellaini can come on, try shore things up, and hopefully keep us at 3-0. I mean, an away goal right now wouldn't be a disaster, but it's a straight... Is that a second yellow? It is indeed. Emerson sent off. And free kick creates straight to a highlight as Solanke plays it into Carlos Elena. Jadis, he's got men in front. Can he find one of them? He's about the first guy that's had a chance to do that. Solomon back to Nicolo Katic. Ross McCrory, if he can play this outright, I think we've got a bit of space. Tavernier brings it forward. Decent ball in. Von Moose, it's 4. Julian Von Moose makes it 4. His second of the game, his 4th of the week. He's finding a bit of form, you know. Oh, great ball from Tavernier here. And Von Moose just sort of gets in between defenders And the loses his centre back. I think it's Christensen who's had a shocker. And then against the fullback, he's always a favourite to hit the target. And he does indeed tuck home 4-0 on the night at Ibrox. This could go up there as our best performance of this series. And there's been a few good ones. I still remember that one against the Romanian side. Was it last year in the Champions League qualifiers? And the Celtic Cup final that same season, the 3-0. But this is up there. Charlie Taylor to Jadis. Whips in. Kepa's going to get that one. It was probably a bit much for Von Moose and not enough to score. Kepa rolls out to Ampandu, Christensen, who's had a shocker, and Jorginho, Van de Beek. It's full time. 4-0 victory going into Stamford Bridge, where I will see you in just a second. One change from the first leg where we won 4-0. Of course, that puts us in a very, very good position. Patrick Roberts comes in, Malcolm and Antonio Marin both out for this game. Marin not quite back yet. He would have been back if the game was maybe a day later, I think. But it's just a day too early for him. Doesn't even make the bench as Barry Mackay does. Overall, team's pretty much the same. With Rea, Tavernier, McCrory, Katic, Taylor, Alan Campbell, Elena, Jadis, Robert Solomon and Solanke up top. They're looking a bit stronger. Willian I don't remember in the first game, so hopefully we can get a result here. Anything less than 4-0 the wrong way works for us, so hopefully we can manage that as Chelsea kick off this game. Fazio, Christensen. That ends that highlight very quickly. The other thing that I'm noticing very, very quickly here is actually the fitness levels of Morata and Willian. That's fairly good for us, you know, if they've got tired players. But Charlie Taylor goes down injured early on. Gianluca Itter will come on for him. Straight swap. Tavernier also struggling with a knock, so hopefully that's not too bad. Jadis gets in there and clears. Fazio. Chelsea look to break on us. Jorginho. Marcus Alonso. Fazio launches forward. Knocked away by Itter. Solomon heads it on. I feel like he could have maybe taken that down there. You know, just taking a couple of steps back. Forward for Willian, but Itter again on it. Chambers picks up though. Solomon can't get close enough. Chambers. Rather, it was Jorginho. And eventually it's into Willian. He's got a decent chance of getting a decent ball in here. And Hazard's at the back post. Unmarked. Free header from 6 yards out. You cannot be given that kind of opportunity. Going to go with a demand more. I think it's Tavernier. He just peels off Tavernier and Tavernier just ignores it. Tavernier has to be doing better there. Not good enough defending there at all. We're just getting it close to them, and then to let Hazard peel off yet is not good enough. And I feel like as well as if Solomon had taken a couple of steps back, he'd been able to just take it down. Have a bit of space to find somebody or take a little run. You know, he's very, very capable of those little runs. That's a very interesting ball across the defence from Tavernier. Katic to Campbell. Jadis was really struggling playing out here. That's a great ball from Solomon. Solanke straight at Kepa. Our first big chance of the game. And it remains 1-0 on the night. Whipped in towards Callum Chambers. Keeps it away from him. Only as far as Carlos Elena again though. Alan Campbell. Jadis. We need to switch the play here. Although Elena goes it, whips it in. Free kick to Chelsea though. I was kind of hoping that was going to be a penalty, you know. No such luck. There, Mourinho, Willian and Morata all look knackered. Marcus Alonso doesn't look much better. In fact, fitness wise, we are in much, much better shape. I've obviously been able to rest players because Celtic have won the league already. We can't go anywhere down the way. I'm going to go with a far from pleased. Because I'm not pleased right now. And, you know, we're kind of locked second, so I can kind of rest a lot of the players in between times. Where there's Chelsea, obviously, maybe don't have that luxury. They're still pushing for European football. You know, if they were to lose this game, European football next season is off the cards for them. It comes for Mourinho. It's over the David Rea's goal. Still nervous. We've got a 3-goal lead right now, and I'm still nervous. Eden Hazard's picked up an injury. Well, Jan whips it in. It's just over Dave Dreher's goal. Brought on Callum McGregor on left wing. That's an interesting change. And that's then made all 3 subs. We've sort of won the war of attrition, if you like. We're going to bring on Von Moose. I'd move him up top and Solanke to left wing, just because I prefer that to bringing on Barry Mackay right now. Jadis launches forward for Solanke. Only finds Callum Chambers. Solanke on the chase, but can't get anywhere near anyone. Does get close to Kante, but not close enough. And Pandu. McGregor, former Celtic player of course. Jorginho. And Pandu. Jorginho. Mourinho. Fazio. And Pandu whips it across. That's a decent ball in, and again nobody following in at the back post. I think that's Etter that falls off Willian. Not good enough. We've got another sub left in the tank here. Tavernier throws it in to Alan Campbell, whips his ball in, finds only Fazio. Jadis whips it out, finds Etter. He's brought it into the box, but shows far too much of that to Callum Chambers. He had so much space and time there. There was no reason for him to be going in that exact line. Etter does win it back though. Elena, Jadis whips it for Patrick Roberts, who's never going to win that in the air. Tavernier does intercept, and Patrick Roberts can now get the ball. Can he get a decent ball in? Von Moose, it's off the bar. Has to do better from that kind of range though, I think. I'm hoping this hasn't gone to full match. It has. Right, let's sort this. Key highlights. And I want to pause right now because I do actually want to make a sub. I'm thinking Rocky Bashiri for Tavernier, you know, or Fellaini for Alan Campbell. Go with Fellaini. Adds a bit of height into the midfield as well. Just freshens things up while they're tired. Hopefully see out this game. We should now in theory, but we've seen bigger turnarounds on Football Manager in the past. Carlos Elena with the corner, whips in. It's away. Oh, Von Moose, it's cleared off the line. And we should get a corner throw in from that. Tavernier throws in. Fellaini whips it across to Gianluca Itter. Elena. Decent effort, but straight to Kepa. Too tame, really. This will be the first time in 4 attempts that Chelsea have beat us this season, you know. And it'll be the first time in 5 in this series. I think we had a friendly with them, that the media account, for some reason, that they'll have beat us. So, you know, that would be interesting, but it's enough still to get us that Europa League final at home in a year that it's held at Ibrox. Launched forward to Patrick Roberts. It's over the top for Julian Von Moose. Oh, he's hit straight at the keeper. Jadis hits it straight off Kante. We're lining up to take strikes at Chelsea as they tire. Elena whips it in towards Nicolo Katic. Really feel like Nicolo Katic should be winning more headers here. Patrick Roberts can't get a ball in. Wins the corner though. End a highlight with that decision. Coming up now, it's game over really. We should be playing Liverpool in the final. They had a 4-0 lead from the first leg as well, heading to Leipzig. So we won't have Dominic Solanke for the final if that is correct. Fellaini brings it out to Nicolo Katic. Cross to Gianluca Itter. Solanke launches forward for Julian Von Moose. He's got men in the middle. Oh, Chelsea aren't getting that win against us. Von Moose equalises in the 95th minute. In the 95th minute, rather, 95. Don't know where that came from. 95th minute. Great ball from Solanke. Von Moose gets a good touch. He's going away from goal. I'm thinking to myself, just square it and you've got 3 guys coming in at the back post. But he takes the strike full of confidence. And it's in the back of the net. Chelsea won, Rangers won. Going by the judge of play the first half, Chelsea definitely deserved the goal. Second half, I feel we have had the chances to get back at that level. And I'm not going to complain. You know, Von Moose comes off the bench to get the equaliser. Happy days. We've got the final. It's at Ibrox Stadium, and we've deserved to be there. Liverpool look like they're going to be tricky customers, beating Leipzig 6-1 on aggregate. That's not easy to do, but we do have home advantage. We're not going to come back for the League Celtic game because that is already done. It's a pointless game exercise, really. I won't even play a strong team. Well, I say a strong team. I won't play a strong first team. It'll be sort of second string. Then we've got Rafe. Then we'll be back for the Scottish Cup final. And then the next episode after that, we'll do the Liverpool game separate. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll hopefully catch you all next time.